सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुकारस्त्वन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च on the page 6, let us read the 8th passage. नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यः न मेधया बहुना श्रुतेन यमेवैष वृणुते तेन लभ्यः तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणुते तनुं स्वाम्। The good news is Atma Vivranute Tanum Swam. Atma or self reveals his true nature. Because he is our own self. Always shining is I. And always revealing himself also. What is happening all is that along with the self, the non-self also is experienced. Not only we experience ourselves constantly, but also experience body, mind, sense, complex, what we call the costume. And that is what creates this confusion. The two are taken to be one. When there are two, the self is the subject, and the body, mind, sense complex is an object really. Body is the object of my awareness. So also is my mind. So really speaking, they fall in the category of object. As Lord Krishna says, idam shariram kaunteya kshetramitya vidhiyate. Lord Krishna says, hey Kaunteya, hey Arjuna, idam shariram, this body, this gross body, as well as the subtle body which we talked about yesterday, is kshetram, is the object, is the non-self. Why is it necessary to say that? Because even though it is non-self, we take it to be ourself. This is called the habitual error. Habitually, we identify with this body, with our mind, and judge ourselves to be, or take ourselves to be, as big or as small as the body or mind is. And after all, body is a limited entity, and so also is mind. That being that in the case, I look upon myself as a limited entity. So what is necessary is to separate the two, the self from the non-self. And when that happens, the self reveals himself in his true nature. For the self or the Atma to reveal himself in his true nature, I need to create a given state condition of mind where this happens. And that condition of mind is created by what this mantra says, Yame Vaishya Vrunade. When I choose the Atma, when I become Atma Kama, when the only desire in my mind is only for the self and for nothing else, which has happened on account of my understanding, as we discussed yesterday, an understanding of what I am seeking, the limitless. And it is self alone that can be limitless, because whatever is other than self is all limited. And therefore all I want is myself. All I need is to abide in myself. And that enables me to withdraw the priorities and importance that I've been giving to everything else so far, thinking that they are the things that I want. When I realize that no, they are not the things that I want, then I choose myself. And also a constant prayer to myself. In the Kathopanishad, the very famous prayer is given. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya vrutyorma amritangamaya. O Lord, please lead me from untruth to truth. Please lead me from darkness to light. Please lead me from death to immortality. In the Bhashya, Shankaracharya explains what is asat, what is untruth. what is this person seeking? What am I seeking when I pray to the Lord to please lead me from untruth to truth? Acharya explains that I am asking the Lord, praying to Him, please give me the means of knowledge, please give me viveka, discrimination, please give me vairagya, dispassion. Please give me the samadhi shatka sampatti, tranquility of the mind, control over myself, the forbearance. Please give me mokshutvam, give me the keen desire for moksha. Give me this. This is called sadhanam. This is called the means. Please give me the means. Because of my past, what I've inherited from the past, which often manifests as the raga dvesha or attachment aversions, likes and dislikes, they deny me these means, so please remove them. This is called bhakti, where we give him the task. Bhakti means devotion, meaning that he does things. I simply place myself at his disposal. I surrender myself to him. You do what is necessary to do. A yogi is the one who exercises will and to accomplish control of the mind and stoppage of thoughts, and there the will is important. Here, not my personal will, the grace of Ishvara is important. And let him do things. Further, of course, I should stop doing things also, meaning that I should let go of my will, my desires, recognizing that they are not helping me. So the seeker constantly prays for vairagya, viveka, vairagya, for the preparation of the mind. Please give me asatoma from untruth, lead me to truth, give me the means of knowledge. Says, please lead me from darkness to knowledge, light. Please lead me from ignorance to knowledge, meaning that give me now the fruit of that, the means. Sadhana and sadhya, means and end. So this viveka, vairagya, discrimination, dispassion, these are all means, and knowledge is the end. Please give me the knowledge, give me sadhanam and sadhya, the means and the end. You please give me. That's what I pray for. Which means that is all I want in my life. I do not want anything else. That's called choosing the Atma. Choosing the self means really choosing the self-knowledge, recognizing that that is the means of my freedom. Self-knowledge is a means of accomplishing what it is that I am seeking in my life. So desiring, praying for self-knowledge or choosing self-knowledge as the only priority in my life is choosing Atma. And self-knowledge can come when I have the adequate means, as Vedanta explains, the sadhana, chatushya sampatti, the fourfold qualification, viveka, discrimination, vairagya, dispassion. I'm just praying for them, that's all I want. Yame vaishavarunade. Like Nachiketa, I do not want anything else. I do not want any luxuries. I do not want any worldly accomplishment of any kind. Recognizing that they are what they are. The world is not that I hate the world. You can enjoy the world, but with detachment. Enjoyment can be with passion or enjoyment can be with dispassion. Enjoy the flower, any flower. When I enjoy my flower, then there is some passion involved. That this is I enjoy. This is from my garden, so it is something special. This is my child, something special. So when I get connected, then looks like I enjoy it more. So perhaps it is I that I am enjoying rather than that thing. Enjoy everything without any attachment, without any passion, without any identification, things as they are. When I am not attached to anything, then I don't miss anything. I enjoy the things when they are there, at the same time when they are not there, I am equally comfortable. That's the kind of state of mind that we are seeking. Thus, when the only priority becomes self-knowledge and therefore acquiring means for that self-knowledge, constant prayer from my heart, that is called choosing the self. And thus, this is called devotion to the self. From the Vedantic standpoint, devotion to self is devotion to self-knowledge. And that devotion happens when I realize that that's the only worthwhile thing in my life, nothing else is important. I have the use of the worldly things as far as the sustenance of my basic needs is concerned. We do not deny that. That I have this body and I have this to live my life, and for sustenance I do need the objects of the world. But then that is at the minimum level that I require, not for luxury but for main sustenance. Thus my mind is free from all other agenda, only one agenda. When that happens, then the self has no choice but to reveal himself. Tasesha atma virunate tanum swam. When that devotion becomes single-pointed, when there is nothing else that I want, then the self reveals. It's not that reveals in one day or some short. It keeps revealing as my bhakti becomes more and more single-pointed, then I keep on experiencing myself more and more clearly. Thus, this verse here gives us the bhakti or devotion as the means of moksha. Devotion which enables me to earn the grace of the Atma. As I said yesterday, in the second line, so many pronouns are involved. Yam, the one to whom, Isha, this one, Tasya, for that one. So, these pronouns can also be interpreted somewhat differently. Other interpretation is, so one who chooses Atma, to him the Atma reveals himself. That's one interpretation. When the seeker chooses the Atma, then the Atma reveals himself to the seeker. Another explanation is when Ishvara chooses the seeker. Yam, which seeker, which aspirant? Esha, this Lord chooses. Before him, this Lord reveals himself. So this pronoun can also mean Ishvara. So one is, I am seeking the Atma Kripa, grace of Atma. In the second interpretation, I am seeking grace of Ishvara, who is the creator, sustainer, dissolver, omniscient, omnipotent, whose grace I constantly need, whose grace I require to cultivate the viveka, vairagya, all the qualifications. A third interpretation is The one to whom the teacher, the Guru, chooses. The Guru chooses, meaning that we require Guru Krupa also. We require Ishvara Krupa, the grace of Ishvara. If we interpret this to mean that the one to whom the Guru chooses to him, before him the self reveals himself. That means that we should invoke the Krupa or grace of Guru. Invoke the grace of Ishvara. Invoke the grace of Guru. Invoke the grace of self. Thus, they talk of the four kinds of Krupa. Ishvara Krupa, Guru Krupa, Shastra Krupa and Atma Krupa. First is the grace of Ishvara. As Vivekachudamani says, Dullabham Tramevetat Devanugraha Hetukam Manushyatvam Mumukshutvam Mahapurusha Samshaya. To gain a human embodiment, to gain a desire for moksha, and then also to have the refuge of a Mahapurusha or a Guru is all the grace of Ishvara. It is by grace of Lord that we get this human body, that by grace of Lord that arises in us this desire for moksha and knowledge. Again, it is by grace of Lord that we get the Guru. So, grace of Ishvara is the most important. By whose grace we get the Guru. Then we should please the Guru also by our sincerity. That's how we qualify for grace of Guru. By his grace then he unfolds the Shastra or scriptures before us and we gain the Kripa of scriptures, meaning when the words of the scriptures reveal their meaning in our mind, that's called the grace of scriptures. As a result, As a result, finally, the self becomes favorable to me. Ishvara should become favorable to me. By his favor, I get the Guru who should become favorable to me. By his favor, I learn the Shastra scriptures who should become favorable to me by revealing the meaning. As a result, I gain the knowledge of self. Self becomes favorable to me. That's the final thing. Toughest is my own self. To make my own self favorable to me is the toughest. Because I am very tough, hard on myself. Ishvara Krupa, Guru Krupa, Shastra Krupa, Atma Krupa. So one way of looking at the whole pursuit is Krupa, seeking the grace or favor. Make Ishvara favorable so that he does what I need, not what I want. I don't ask Bhagavan, Ishvara, to do what I want. I ask him to do what is right for me. Sometimes he may not do what I want. Then also, in all the trust I accept that even though it is not what I want, it must be right for me. And so also Guru, I accept them that is called Shraddha. That what Ishvara does is right for me. What the Guru says is right for me. What the scripture says is right for me. Seeking thus the Krupa. That's called Bhakti. Bhakti means devotion, seeking Krupa or grace or favor. Make them, but there also effort is required, understand? Effort is required also in making them favorable to me. Really speaking, There should not have to be, we need not have to make effort to make Ishvara favorable because he is favorable to everybody. It cannot be that Ishvara is favorable to one and not favorable to another one. It should not be because all are equal to him. In the 9th chapter of the Gita, Lord Krishna does say, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priya. All are equal to me. I am equal to everybody. No dvesha, I have no cruelty, no partiality. All are equal to me. If all are equal to you, then how come some people seem to be enjoying your grace or favor and some people do not seem to be? Some people seem to be lucky and others are not. What's the reason? If you are equally blessing everybody, then how come you find different people having different degrees of apparently enjoying your favor in different measures? So then Lord Krishna says in that verse, Ye bhajanti tamam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Those who worship me with devotion, they are in me and I am in them. Meaning that even though my grace is showered equally for everybody, those people who walk in the rain with their umbrella, they do not enjoy the rain. Close your umbrella, we enjoy it. So more umbrella of ego is there, less and less we seem to enjoy the grace of Ishvara. So in order to enjoy the grace which is already available, something is expected on our part also. Like the light of the sun is available to everybody, he doesn't have any partiality. But then we have to open the windows in our house in order for the sunlight to come in. That is expected out of us also. Meaning that in order to acquire the grace of Ishvara, something is expected out of us also. That's the prayer, that's the surrender, that's the bhakti, that's the devotion. So this mantra presents bhakti or the devotion as a means of knowledge. When there is devotion, the knowledge takes place. So this is another view, how knowledge takes place. In fact, sometimes even Madhusudan Saraswati says in one place that without Shravanam, without Manana, without anything, but knowledge takes place. He goes to saying to that extent. Because in 12th chapter, Lord Krishna says, Yedu sarvani karmani mahi sanyasya matparaha ananyena yogena matparaha ananyena yogena mam dhyanto pasate. Those people who are all the time thinking of me, devoted to me, worshipping me, I lift them from the ocean of samsara. So he lifts. The devotee surrenders. So there it is said that Ishvara provides, meaning that everything will happen, Shravanam will happen, Manam, whatever you need will take place by his grace. Our Swami used to say that if Ishvara has to bless you, as how will he bless? In the form of a teacher, he will bless you. So this is how the one section, the Kathopanishad has 2 chapters. Each chapter has 3 sections each, that makes it 6 sections. So second section of first chapter is over. And we begin with the third section of the first chapter. From where? From there. Now that one begins by saying that there are 2 Atmas in our life. It's not there, just, These two Atmas is a theme that is found elsewhere also. In an Upanishad called Mundaka Upanishad, there is a famous imagery of two birds. The two similar looking birds are perching on the self same tree. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vruksham parishashvayate. On one tree, there are these two birds perching on the same tree. But there is a difference between the two birds. Tayo anya piplam swadvati. One of the birds is busy experiencing variety of fruits from the tree. Jumps from one branch to the other, experiencing different kinds of fruits. Imagine a tree with millions of branches. Each branch having a different kind of a fruit, imagine. So one bird jumps from one branch to the other and enjoys or experiences variety of kinds of fruits which may be sweet, bitter, sour. Anasnan anyah abhichakashiti. Where the other bird, anasnan, does not eat anything, meaning that he is a non-eater. He does not need to eat, does not need to eat anything. When you need to eat something, when you are hungry. Other bird does not need to eat anything, meaning that it is content, full. Abhichakashiti. It is only watching the other bird, showering his grace. Two birds are there. They look alike. So who are these two birds? This Upanishad says that as though two self in the same heart. One is the self of the Atma, which is called Jiva Atma, the ignorant self, who looks upon himself as a karta, a doer, a bhokta, an experiencer, and entertains variety of desires because of ignorance, and so keeps performing actions and experiencing the results of the actions. Describing us, let us say, the Jivatma, the limited individual, who thinks that is a karta, a doer, bhokta, an experiencer, and a needy one. So one who thinks he is needy and to fulfill the need performs variety of actions. If he performs the action, then he creates the results, and therefore experiencing the different results. And yesterday the question of so-called reincarnation or rebirth. There is a human being, I perform number of actions, some of which may yield result right in this lifetime, many of which may not yield the results, in which case they get accumulated in my account and they require me to take a next birth to experience the result. So that's how from one embodiment to the other, from there to each embodiment like a branch on this tree of samsara. How many branches are there? Millions of branches. As many species are there, as many branches as though are there. Adaschordam prasutas chasya shakha guna pravruddha vishya pravaraha. The verse from the 15th chapter of the Gita. Same thing Lord Krishna says. This is one branch. This embodiment is one branch. After I leave and I give to some other, that's another branch. I become a devata, I become a dog, something I become according to my karma. So this one bird called Jivatma, the ignorant self, feels a sense of lack and want, prompted by which entertains many desires, prompted by which he performs many actions, creates results for himself, and goes from one embodiment to the other. This is the story of one bird. What does the other bird do? Doesn't do anything, just be there. All it is a presence. In its wholeness and completeness and fullness, the other bird just is. There are not two birds really. It is only one. So, because of ignorance, one thinks that I am a limited being, I am a doer, I am an enjoyer, whereas the true self is nothing but limitless, the whole income. So, one bird is Jiva, other is Jivatma, Paramatma. Not that there are two birds. You can say one is a seeker, other is a sought. I am a seeker. I look upon myself as a seeker and I am seeking something. I want to be limitless. So seeker and sought, this is the split in my life right now. The thing is that what I am seeking is my own self, really not knowing that. I'm going around doing variety of things, hoping that what I am seeking is out there and someday my desire will be fulfilled. In reality, what I am seeking is myself. So then there are two ways of seeking, depending upon my understanding of my life. If my conclusion is that what I am seeking is different from me, then I always run out, chase different ends, always chasing, doing something, accumulating results, perpetuating this cycle of birth and death. There can be another person also, in whose mind this insight has occurred that what I am seeking really is myself. That it is the accomplishment of what is already accomplished. The 10th man thinks that the 10th man is lost, is searching for him all over. And if it occurs to him that maybe what I am searching for is myself, then the method of search changes, you follow? In which one case the means of attaining, when I think that what I am seeking in my life is unattained, then karma or effort becomes the means. If my understanding changes, that what I am seeking is to be found from myself, then knowledge becomes the means. In case of the 10th man, when he came to know that I am the 10th man, that knowledge enabled him to accomplish what he was seeking. So two lifestyles. One is constant in effort of achieving what is unachieved, thinking that I have to achieve something to become fulfilled in my life. Other is the achievement of what is already achieved. I have to know myself that I am already achieved, I am already fulfilled. Two lifestyles, you follow? One is called Shreya, Preya, other is called Shreya. We talked about it yesterday. Preya and Shreya. Preya is something which is pleasant. Looks like it's something out there and it is pleasant and I have to get it, I have to seek, I have to experience. And Shreya is tapping into the wholeness which is my own self. So either we keep on trying to tap into happiness which we think is elsewhere, or tap into happiness which is our own self. Two ways. Tapping into happiness which outside of me, I become a consumer. I want this, I want this, I want this. Tapping into happiness which is within me, I become a contributor. I become a giver. Either I am a grabber or I am a giver. I am a bhogi or I am a yogi. So bhoga and yoga, giving and grabbing, these two lifestyles. One lifestyle perpetuates this seeking because I am seeking something that I cannot find where I am seeking. So it perpetuates the life of seeking and life of limitation and sorrow. Other one concludes into discovering what I am seeking, and that is how it results into attainment of my goal. It's called moksha. So these two lifestyles are there. Kathopanishad calls one a life of knowledge, other a life of ignorance. Duramete viparite vishuchi avidyayache vidyeti jnata. It was said earlier to Nachiketa that there are these two paths in life leading to diverse ends or opposite ends. One path based on knowledge or viveka or discrimination. Another path based on ignorance or aviveka, non-discrimination. One path of making right choices, other path of making wrong choices. Why would a person make a wrong choice? Person always makes a right choice from his or her standpoint. But the choice is made based on my understanding of what I am seeking. If that understanding is right, then I wind up making right choices. If that understanding is wrong, then even though I think I am making right choices, in reality I am making wrong choices. The path of knowledge and path of ignorance, or path of viveka, path of aviveka, path of discrimination, path of non-discrimination. We see that's how two kinds of people are there in this whole universe. 99.99999 are one kind. We are all going out and seeking what is unaccomplished. That 0.00001% may be those who are of the other kind. We all fall in that category, so we can congratulate ourselves. So these two atmas are described here. The seeker and the sought. Seeker, the ignorant one who feels a sense of lack or want and wants to become complete. And that complete self is the sought, the goal, the seeker and the sought. So now, what is our life? A constant endeavor of seeking our goal. Each one of us is constantly striving to reach the goal of life, whatever my understanding of the goal is. So, here Kathopanishad gives a very beautiful imagery to describe our life, which is compared to a journey. That human life is like a journey. And for carrying out this journey, we are given a beautiful vehicle. In the Vedic times, the vehicle used to be a chariot. Today it may be a motor car, but those days it was a chariot. A chariot is a vehicle that is drawn by horses. Horses run on the paths and they draw their chariot, with the help of which then you carry out the pilgrimage of your life, a journey of your life. You make the right choice or the right path, you reach destination. Choose the wrong path, you are distracted from destination, and you wind up falling into a ditch. So these two things are described here. So let us read the next two verses on this page number 6. Atmanam rathinam viddhi Shariram rathamevatu Buddhim tu sarathim viddhi Manah pragrahamevacha. So this is Anushtup Chanda, which can be chanted in million ways. We are chanting one way in Bhagavad Gita, I just chanted that way. But we can chant in many other ways. In North India they chant in one way, South India chant in another way, and then everywhere they chant. So many ways are chanting. The Panditas in South India will chant like this: Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra Samaveta Yutsavah Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. The Ramayana will be chanted like this. Also understood, same chandas, same meter. Atmanam rathinam viddhi shariram rathamevato buddhim dasaratham viddhi manah pragrahamevacha. A little different. And so on and so forth. So now yesterday asking me, this Kathopanishad is chanted which way? It can be chanted whichever way you want. As long as the letters and words are pronounced correctly. This is actually a Vedic text, and there should be, all the Vedic texts have the intonations, what we call swaras. But for many of them, the swaras are not available. And therefore, we have the freedom to chant the way we want. For say Taittiriya Upanishad, the swaras are available, therefore we chant the way it is prescribed. For other Upanishads, Kathopanishad, Mundakopanishad, Kenopanishad, we don't have any swaras. Vrihadaranyaka Upanishad has swaras. We don't know them, but there are Pandits who know them and they chant. Anyway, that's the general thing. We should also read the next verse. Indriyani hayan ahuhu Vishayam steshu gocharan Atmendriyamano yuktam Bhoktetyahurmanishinaha. So in these two verses, that imagery is complete, imagery of a chariot. So we are all born with the right infrastructure to carry out the journey of our life. Whatever resources are needed are given to us. So what are those resources? This is verse number 9 says, Atmanam rathinam viddhi Shariram rathamevatu. Shariram, this body. Ratham means chariot. Imagine that the body is in the place of a chariot. So this is an imagery. So different aspects of a personality are equated to the different aspects of a chariot. Not that actually it is a chariot as such, but like chariot, as though a chariot. So the body is as though a chariot. The reason why this comparison is given is because there is some similarity between the chariot and the body. What is a chariot? Chariot is that which is drawn by the horses. What do you call chariot? That which is drawn by the horses is a chariot. So what are the horses here? The next, Indriyani hayan ahu. Our sense organs of perception are called haya. Haya means horse. So his body is like a chariot and our sense organs of perception are like the horses. horses pull the chariot, and chariot is pulled by the horses. So here, our sense organs pull the body. Now the thought may be going on in the mind. I feel hunger in my stomach. So the mind is thinking of the building across the street, the dining hall, and the food there. And so the mind thinks of the food. And then when I go there, the eyes will see all of these things that are displayed before me. Oh, this is a nice bread. This is nice fruit. This is nice cake, whatever, You see, it's attracting. Therefore, eyes tell me, go there. Go there where that cake is. Go there where that yogurt is. Go there where the bread is, something that I like. So these eyes, in fact, pull the body to that location, to the place where the desirable object is. You follow? So basically the mind wants desirable objects because it looks upon them as source of pleasure. And what I basically want is pleasure and happiness. And habitually I look upon various things as the source of happiness. And therefore the mind is naturally attracted to them because my agenda is happiness. However, to gain happiness, I must experience that object, which is the source of happiness, or I look upon as source of happiness. For experiencing that object, I must acquire that object. For acquiring the object, I must go where the object is. And thus my body is pulled. Where? To the objects of happiness, desirable objects, from one to the other. Like the chariot is pulled from one place to the other, so also the body is pulled. So the similarity between the chariot and body is that both are pulled. That's a similarity. Therefore, shariram rathamevatu. This body is like a chariot. Indriyani hayan ahu. There are horses which pull this chariot in the form of the body. What are those horses? The sense organs of perception are like the horses, because eyes see something attractive there and ask the body to go there. The ears hear something which is pleasant to hear and then ask the body to go there. So these sense organs of perception, they are dragging or pulling this body to where the objects of pleasure are. In that sense, the sense organs of perception are compared to horses and the body is compared to a chariot. In that chariot now, there must be a charioteer. So 9th verse, 2nd line says, Buddhim tu sarathim viddhi. We understand buddhi or the intellect as sarathi. Sarathi means charioteer, the driver. So the driver of the chariot. Who is the driver? In this case, buddhi or the intellect is compared to a charioteer. Who is the charioteer? Who is the driver? The one should have the knowledge of the destination and also the knowledge of the path leading to destination. That's a taxi driver. These days we have GPS, but otherwise it was not there. The taxi driver would be one who has, or is supposed to have, the knowledge of destination and the path leading to destination. He can take you a ride also. You get down in Rome and then you say, I want to go to a certain hotel. The hotel is right across there. He'll take you around, the whole city and bring you there. That also can happen. All that is done by the driver. So driver is the one who drives these horses. He makes the choices. The driver now, when you come to an intersection now, then where do you go? You go on the left or right or straight, or where do you go? When you come to intersection, which path will you take? Will you go on the right or left or straight? Where will you go? You come to an intersection, which path will you choose? So you always go straight, always go right, always go left. Is that what you do? We choose that path which leads to our destination, or which we think leads to our destination, put it that way. So when we are at an intersection, here they are always just, what do you call them, the triangle. Not four paths, but everywhere you go, then their path bifurcates. Fork, that's right. So you come to a fork. Then you have to choose. So one, what do you call it?
Road.
One road, all right, but what is that? One thing, one?
Exit. Time. Rent.
No, this is a fork. What are these things called?
Time.
Huh?
Time.
Time?
Not what we say.
All right. So
One split.
good, good.
One split.
No, I'm asking for a specific word. You know,
Triangles of a fork.
when the fork has two tongues, you know, tongues. Or something. You have to choose one of them, or so whatever it is. So now you keep on coming to fork. That's how the life is. When you come to a fork, you have to make a choice. One way or the other, because otherwise you can't proceed. So thus the charioteer keeps on encountering one fork after the other and is required to make choices at every fork. What choice will he make? He will make a choice of the road which leads to destination, or which he thinks leads to destination. Meaning that the choice of the road will depend upon the discrimination or the wisdom of this charioteer. If he has the right understanding of what the destination is, and right understanding of what's the path leading to the destination, then he'll make the right choice. He makes right choice from his standpoint, but whether it is right or not depends upon his understanding which is right or not. So if he has a wrong understanding of where the destination is, then in all likelihood he will make a wrong choice. So this is the situation with human beings. That in every situation we encounter a fork, and we are required to make a choice of which way to go. And choice can be either right or wrong, that's the problem. If you are lucky, both the paths lead to the same thing, somehow they meet, then it's okay. But that's not the case here. Duramete viparite vishuchi avidyayasya vidyeti jnata. Earlier, Kathopanishad said that these two paths, or tongues of the four are one of ignorance, one of knowledge, one of viveka, one of aviveka, discrimination and non-discrimination, and they lead in opposite directions. One path leads to the freedom, other path leads to the bondage. One path leads to moksha, other path leads to samsara. You can't have both. If you want moksha, you have to. So I can't take one path unless I completely give up the other path. No, I want that also. I want to go this, but this also I want to retain. That you cannot do, unfortunately. When you choose one path, other is completely given up. If you want the path of moksha, the path of samsara has to be given up. Choose path of samsara, moksha goes whether you like it or not, So choice is ignorance or knowledge, viveka or aviveka, right or wrong, moksha or samsara. freedom or bondage, happiness or sorrow. The choices that a human being is confronted with, and we are given intellect, which is supposed to have the faculty of choice, and intellect is supposed to have the discrimination, with the help of which we can make right choices. So this is what this passage is described. We'll continue in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badalayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururapneti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Devaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.